I kind of want to go through your career and go through some significant moments, some highlights, even potentially some lowlights for you, and just get your perspective on everything. I said this at the top of the show, but I kind of started watching you when I was about 8 or 9 years old, man. Like Washington Wizards days. This is probably after Jordan, right? So this is you, Gilbert, all them, right? It was a very exciting team. I'll get to that in a bit, but I do want to start with you getting drafted in '98, being paired alongside this emerging superstar in Allen Iverson, right? The trend, which actually, by the way, becomes a trend in your career. You always kind of become that person that helps out that second superstar reach another level. If that's the trend that you believe in as well. But I just noticed that, and I kind of want to go into a deep dive of Allen Iverson. Do you still keep in relations with him? Are you still in touch?
That's my brother, man. That's my brother. We played together for a short period of time. We've been really good friends for way longer than than we spent on the court. So that's just that's just shout out to him, man. It's just, it's not about basketball. It's really about good friendships.
For sure. And as far as impact and influence, like there's an argument that AI really is second to none to the culture of basketball. And during the time, it must have been interesting to be his teammate, just because of how everybody was being critical about the dress code and the hair, right? Like that was something a lot of people were being critical about before. Now it's completely accepted. It's a normal thing to do. But what was it like back then in the NBA versus now, and the differences you see?
Well, for me, and being around Allen, I mean, I'm from St. Louis, so I'm from the inner city. So all of the things that he made popular, they were normal for me. Right? They were normal. These are the things that I saw. The baggy clothes.
Right.
Wearing 2-3 sizes, bigger than your actual size. So these are all the things that I knew to be true. And he brought those things into the limelight, where corporate America was watching this guy, dress the way my buddies back home, would dress. So for me, it was just like being around a guy that I could relate to. We had some similar family backgrounds, so we kind of connected on that angle. But just the effect that he had on the game, when you talk about TV being introduced and more more eyeballs coming onto the game, he was in the forefront of saying, okay, this is how I'm going to do it because this is me. And I think that was very attractive to the younger guys that were coming up after him, that they, hey, if Allen can do it his way, why not? Why can I do it my way?
For sure. And you mentioned that your time in Philly was short, right? I think only about like a season and a half, something along that lines. You get traded to Golden State, but that same year, right? Philly makes it to the finals. They take the Lakers to, I think, 5. AI wins the first game in LA. Defensively, you were a monster defensively throughout your career. You were always one of those 3-and-D type players, right? And I wanted to ask, because that Philly team is really, really good defensively too. You had guys like Mutombo, Eric Snow, even AI, like, for his size, he could kind of hold his own, right? Do you think that series would have changed if you were still in Philly?
What? I'm not sure.
You like to think that way, or
I still had a lot to learn as far as to being a piece, right? Going out and really doing my job, to the fullest, as opposed to dibbling dabbling in being a passer, or dibbling dabbling being a shooter or a scorer, or playing defense. So you get teams that are that good, you have to be able to maximize exactly what they need you to do. And I was maybe a little bit too young to really understand that at that point. But as the years went on, I understand that to be true. But I went to those games, right? After Golden State was done, I went back to Philly and I sat in the box and I watched those guys play, in a number of playoff games. So I still felt connected. I didn't get a chance to participate, but I felt connected.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you got your shot a little bit later, and we'll get to that.